I get asked about my controller settings quite a lot. And at the minute, I can't edit videos until I sort a new laptop out. I should be doing that this weekend. So I'm going to try and go through as much advice about controller settings as I can while showing you how to tweak your own settings to be working best for you, right? Now, I know some of you will only just be here just to see what my controller settings are. So I'm going to show you them straight away, right? I have aim invert on, which is where you push up to look down and down to look up. Highly recommend that. I'll go into that later. I have 90s here, 80s there with the Y down to 65 and 30s here. And the advanced. I have aim assist off because I feel like it's just miles better for you to have it off on all games, even Apex and the finals where it's fucking annoyingly effective. But yeah, these are the advanced settings. Obviously feel free to pause, rewind, screenshot, whatever you want to do, right? So that's for those who just want to know what the settings are, if you want to copy them or see them or whatever, right? But for everyone else, I'm going to fully explain what all the settings do and what I think you should and shouldn't have on, right? Now, I'm going to have to do all of this in one take because I can't edit videos at the minute. So instead of panicking and trying to rush it to keep it short, I'm just going to relax and just explain everything in detail. So go and get yourself a drink or boot up the PlayStation and get your controller ready and we'll go through them all together, right? But two things before I start. The first thing is I have every single one of these on gold rank, right? Now the reason I mention that is because I did all of this in 4 hours in one sitting, and you cannot do that without being very, very comfortable with your controller settings, yeah? The only reason I did this is because I had a seasonal of get 40 gold rank shooting challenges. So I did 40 and then just did the rest of them. It took me 4 hours. And like I say, there's no way I could do that without knowing my controller settings, right? The other thing is, I haven't played for like over 4 weeks, yeah? I'll prove that right now, look. The reason this is important as well, let me just prove it first. There we go, look, in seasonal, only played 122 games. Most of them was in like the first week, right? Now the reason that's important is because I'm going to be rusty, right, which is a good thing. Just showing you here that I've not collected anything. Look, as tempting as it is to take it, I'm just showing you for the video, right? But yeah, it's a good thing because you're going to see me have probably rusty aim, and then I'm going to show you what I do to recalibrate my muscle memory and get good aim again, right? I'm going to show you how to do it. Right, so we'll go through this settings first and what they all do, and then we're going to show you how to find the settings that works best for you, right? Now, I've got things wrote down here, so you're going to have to bear with me while I read out the bullet points to myself, right? Yeah, there we go. So the most important part of all of these settings, yeah, is the ramp up speed, yeah? Now, I know some of you will know parts of this, but you're going to have to be patient with me, right? Because not everybody does, so I'm going to explain all of it, right? The ramp up speed is like a biting point, yeah? I'm going to be referring to the biting point a lot, yeah? It's going to be an annoying amount of time that I refer to this biting point. Now, to find this biting point, if you put all your accelerations on 0, put your ramp up to 5, and then look left or right on the right stick, yeah, you're going to see it in the video. There it is. You see it hits a wall where it just sets off. Yeah, that's your biting point there. That's what all the settings are based on. All right, so let me put that back to what it was a sec on 3. Right, so let me look at these bullet points real quick. Yeah, your first page settings here, that's what all the other ones are based off, obviously, with the multipliers. But the way to understand it is, all of these settings here are for before that biting point. Yeah, picture that in your head. Before that biting point, that's what all these settings are for. Your aim and zoom exponent are also for before the biting point. Your ramp up is for after the biting point. Your dead zone is where the biting point is, And your acceleration, sorry, is how smooth the biting point transition is, right? So as soon as you understand that, you understand all of the settings, right? These, your aim, acceleration, delay, and decay, I think no matter how you have your settings, they should always be on 0. They're useless, right? They're not useless. They do have a use, but they're only inconsistent. You always want them on 0, no matter what your settings are, right? You delay and decay, 0, no matter what. Now, your acceleration time, I could understand people having that on 0.2 or 0.4, right? Because it takes that kick out of it. Going to be referring to the biting point again, right? But look, it takes the kick out of it and makes it smoother. Yeah, I can absolutely understand that. I would use that myself if you could have it on less than 0.2. I feel like 0.05 would be ideal. And it's the same with the inner dead zone as well. The fact that that starts on 10 is just, it annoys me a lot. I think 3 to 5 is the perfect amount of inner dead zone. Now, the outer dead zone isn't actually a dead zone. That's just where the biting point is, right? So it's a bad choice of words for me, that. Right, but I prefer to have this on 0, just because it's more consistent. You ramp up. That is basically what your true sensitivity is, yeah? So again, we're going to find out what this is in a minute and how to get it right for you. Now, your move, inner and outer dead zone as well, is also a biting point. All right, take a shot every time I say biting point. But you've got inner dead zone and outer dead zone, right? So your inner dead zone is your walking speed. Now I'm pushing from just a little bit to almost full air, and it's not changing speed. You only have a walking speed. That's what your inner dead zone is. Your outer dead zone is your jog. So that's why I like to have that on 90. And just another thing as well, we're here. Please stop doing this. I see people posting clips of this in the middle of a fight all the time. Look at your feet. You're not going anywhere. If you want to zigzag proper, you have to turn into it. Yeah? Don't do this. It does nothing. It's just annoying. But yeah. So you want to zigzag properly. Right. So let me see where we're up to here. I think I've covered everything there. Yeah, so I'm going to show you now how to get all your settings right for you, right? What you have to do, you have to get a M2 carbine and an L86. Specifically them two guns, right? It's important. Right? The reason why it's these two guns is because they both have little to no side-to-side recoil, but the carbine has a lot of upwards recoil, and the L86 has very little upwards recoil, right? So before you even fire a bullet, what you want to do to find out your aim exponent and your third person aim, yeah, so these two, and the aim exponent, you want to make sure, like I say, base it off mine if you want, but get it to a comfortable amount, and you want to make sure you can be constantly moving down like this, but also moving side to side, and you want it to be like S-shaped zigzags. Yeah? That's so you can control your recoil and still aim sideways. As long as you can do S-shaped zigzags like that, you're alright. If you're doing actual zigzags with corners, it's not right and it needs adjustment, right? So it depends on how smooth your analog stick is. S-shapes like that, it's really important, yeah? Once you've got that about right, you want to test out your third person aim sensitivity now, right? This is your Y sensitivity, you're up and down, right? Now I have this on lower. Again, with your aim invert on, that's where you push up. So as you're pressing your R2 in to shoot, you're pushing up on the right stick. It keeps the centre of gravity, or the centre of fucking pressure, I suppose, right in the middle of your controller, so it keeps the weight the same. For me personally anyway, if you're pushing down on your R2 and trying to pull back, I don't like it, right? So I highly recommend the invert, but obviously it's personal preference, right? So you get your carbine and your L86, right? With your carbine, you want to be standing up Do not crouch. You're going to be standing up, and you want to make sure you can shoot that in a straight line, right? Now, like I say, I've not played for a while, so it's going to be a bit all over the place at first. But the main thing is, it's to find the right setting for you. It's not about getting it right first time. It's about making sure you can hold it in a straight line, yeah? Like I say, it's going to take me a couple of goes. Give me a minute. There. So another way to find it as well is after the magazine runs empty, don't let go of your shoot button or your aim. Right? So I'm going to do that now. There. That's the speed, yeah? So if you want to, you can get that speed first. Like that. And as long as you can hold it like that, and then crouch with the L86, so the recoil is minimum. Do the same thing with that. Yeah? See how I'm countering it too much because I've not played for ages, right? That's it there, look. That much, and then you've got to stand up with a carbine. There. And that is how to get your third person aim Y sensitivity right, yeah? If you run out here as well, and then back in, it'll reload both your guns. So, the next one is your ramp up speed, how to test that and get that just right, which is these two. What you want to do, you want to be flicking from that tree to that tree to that tree, right? There, to there, to there. And you want to do it both ways round. Alright, this is a way of testing your ramp up speed and if it's right for you. If you're not quite there yet, you either need to turn it down or turn it up or whatever. Alright, you're going like that. Then you want to do it the other way. Yeah, that's how to test your ramp up speed. Alright, your look sensitivity. This one. You need to be shooting while moving sideways without aiming onto this tree, right? You can practice it without shooting first as well. Just want to keep that red dot on the tree. I'm all over the place here because I've not played for a while, but like that. Both ways, yeah? Obviously get some bullets in it. You want to be like that, right? And again, with these two guns, this one's a heavier gun, so you'll move slower. Which means you need a finer aim, right? So both guns. Like that. And then you want to do it the other way as well, from right to left. Yeah, that's how to get your just your general look sensitivity right. Then you've got your third person aim tracking really, so how to like track targets while you're shooting and controlling recoil. The best way to do that is M60E3, get two of them, because it has the slowest fire rate with the biggest magazine. Lie down with this so the reticle stays tight, and what you want to do is as you're firing the gun, you want to be trying to draw the shape of that rock like that, yeah? You want to do it clockwise or anti-clockwise, whichever way, with one gun. And then the other gun, you want to do it the opposite way, right? So we'll start clockwise. Yep, and then anti-clockwise. And the more you do that and the faster you can do that as well will just naturally make your aim much better, right? So after you've done all of that, that's like just how to calibrate your settings for you, right? Once you've got your settings how you like them, yeah, I highly recommend doing this for 5 minutes before you ever play a game of Vigor. So anytime you start the game up, yeah, you want 2 PPSHs because you have a lot of recoil and a high magazine, get 2 of them, and you just want to practice everything you did on these 3 trees here and get that one involved as well if you want. Obviously you want to be aiming for the top of it to train yourself to be aiming for the head. Yeah, you picture that as a human silhouette and you always want to be aiming for the top. And now you can see as well, see the dust where the bullets are hitting, right? So you want to be practicing your jump shots, your flickiness, everything. Keep mixing it up as well, going different directions. Get them all over the place. That's an important thing as well. When you're jumping, you're going to make sure your aim tracks the tree. Yeah? A lot of people, even the really good players, they sort of line it up and then they just jump and shoot like that across, it works, but to be even better than that, you want to aim and keep your aim on the tree. Yeah? If you can get used to doing that for 5 minutes before you start, you'll instantly be a better player, I guarantee you. Yeah? Especially when you're jumping and tracking like that. So yeah. Where are we at now? Oh, that's the end. Yeah. Other than that, just make sure you always aim for the top of that. So just naturally get you used to aiming for headshots, yeah? So, if you found these settings useful, or anything about this useful, especially afterwards as well, if you start doing that before every game, it's way better than the little pumpkin people, because these can't be destroyed, yeah? Again, my aim's all over the place because I've not played for fucking 4 weeks now. But yeah, if you found this useful at all, make sure you let me know. And there'll be more content coming soon. I'm going to get my laptop sorted over this weekend. So yeah, see you the next one.